Hello everybody and welcome back to this never-ending trial. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
Yeah, it looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her?
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that's when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky?
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police cheap by dumb luck. You see these biceps? See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
What if you fabricated all the evidence? We'll say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too.
Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean the piece of cloth?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. Save!
Yeah, I think we need to show it now. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Jan, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
Show the evidence.
But I already said that I couldn't show evidence.
No, we have to show it now. I feel like we have to show it.
Your Honor.
If I'm wrong, we can reload and do it again.
Yeah, I do have evidence to present now.
I was right last time. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. The handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Ho ho ho. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Emma Sky. Emma Sky. What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did show Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Sky?
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ah, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Jant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is the fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Is it how deep the impression is?
No, it's
she
who
couldn't
cut
have
it afterwards. If she was unconscious, how was it removed and put away?
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict?
Chief Jant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Uh-oh.
I'm not sure.
You want to look it up?
Yeah.
Oh! Wait, no. Because if this proved that it was... if he was pushed before that... there must be some proof. Let's see, because that's in cut afterwards.
Let's see. You cannot show evidence, present piece of cloth, Emma Sky, present Lana's picture.
The picture, yeah, Lana's, okay. And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Ms. Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, it sure is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs were no doubt punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth.
It's fucking untouched.
Wait, there's no blood on it.
Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved this prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No! This is nonsense. Now then, Chief Jant, let me ask you something. I'm gonna save just in case.
Good idea.
Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Ms. Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword?
Someone who wouldn't leave any fingerprints because he had gloves on.
Yep.
Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, that person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. The jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue, and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Though through the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer! No!
Yeah, it really looks like something from fucking Guilty Gear.
Yeah, it's finally all over.
We can leave, Jerry. We're free.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind. Oh.
Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. What? Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Reggie? Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. John's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person.
Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
Yeah.
Got you, motherfucker.
Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright.
It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? They purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of evidence of cloth.
I admit I refused to present it at one point. Ah, so the evidence is illegal. No. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
Oh, what do you mean, you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Udgy, don't listen to his lies! He's nothing but a coward! You can't really believe...
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And, here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Jan.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh,
Just
yes.
tore off his peg.
No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Jan, the killer was you!
Oh god, he's going mad.
Oh my god.
Oh god!
I'm not doing all that. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum! For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me!
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He has recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Do you want to be Bruce?
Yeah, I can be Bruce. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? You can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said...
It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. You are the chief of police, dude. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Shut up. This is the end. They all did their best to get in my way. Do you think there's more to this? Do you think we should call it here?
This is the. I think this is the end.
Yeah, okay.
It might be like a little celebration thing, but
they all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. We're not so different, you and I. Join me, and together we'll rule the courtroom as father and son.
I refuse.
Oh, fuck you then. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy.
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I killed a man.
I'm sorry too, Damon Jen. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You're once a fine investigator, an example of two others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine now that you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already, screaming as I stab them when I get out of prison. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Ha ha! There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, you're a bitch. Second, shut the fuck up. No. Your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Jant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Jant help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems that all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have. For a rookie. Huh? I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Bitch, I am at the top. She smiled!
Hey!
I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thanks?
You want to go hook up later?
No.
Oh. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Oh, he's bashful! Look at him. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. Okay, yes, you did. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
Ooh,
nothing more.
Edgeworth is blushing.
In light of this case, it seems good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky.
Yes, Your Honor?
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Fuck! Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
Because I'm finally fucking free! It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, I guess this is kind of a victory.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
You're telling me.
Regarding the charge of murder, This court finds the defendant, Miss Honest Sky.
Not guilty.
Chief Jan, I thought you left. That is all. The court is adjourned. I can finally get my lunch.
At long last, it's finally over. Ah! Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, she didn't thank Emma. Except for every bit of the mud, done well, smile.
You know, I did my best too. But Nana didn't say a single word to me.
Hope not interrupting anything, pals. I love Gumshoe.
I love him too.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh. Gumshoe, wait! What is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Make a detective run around.
And here's this again.
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I'm fucking fired. Can I get a job, please? I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. It's Lana!
The corpse of your sister.
Oh, God. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
Don't talk over me. That day, 2 years ago...
Uh-huh.
was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
This.
I asked Jan to help me cover up the quote-unquote truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong.
Uh-huh?
I changed after that day. I became what the people call an ice-cold bitch. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years.
You could say that again.
I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis.
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Fuck you, I'm leaving. Oh, Emma.
I'm being arrested.
Emma! Aw, that's nice. You two are never showing up in this series ever again.
I would be surprised if Emma did.
The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on towards a brighter future. Well said, right? At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. What do I know?
I feel like that is just him recalling this story.
Probably.
And telling someone. Maybe
Mr.
mine.
Gumshoe. Me? thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Do you actually show... Wait. Maybe she does show up in, like, a later game.
If she doesn't lose her position, then yeah.
Maybe. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. You don't need to be an edgy little skulker boy.
Mm.
Where was he hiding?
I just came to say congratulations.
Yeah! Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now.
Hey, come on, stay and join the party. We just convicted the chief of police. Come on, that's a celebration. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me.
Oh, okay, bye.
No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Jant was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Yawning. Believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down when you try to go it alone.
I've decided to become a vigilante.
Oh god.
They will call me the prosecutor.
They'll call me the aristocrat.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
Yeah, since the Von Karma incident, probably, huh?
Oh yeah.
But Edgeworth...
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Jant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Oh fuck, are you gonna ask me for a job too? Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Jant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. Sure, they were complete, unredeemable douchebags, but still. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone.
I see.
You were working together with Mr. Wright. Oh, right, you're saying we had collusion. Oh, yeah, we can convict way more people that way. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Fuck if I know. I'm clocking out here. I got... Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. I think you need to show your attorney badge. I can't think of anything else.
Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
Yeah, I think it's the attorney badge.
I would have thought it would have been evidence law. He was the one who allowed me to do all this.
But the evidence law was given to you by...
Take that!
That might mean something to you. I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership.
Huh? Mr. Wright.
Was I wrong?
It seems you still have a lot to learn as well. I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence. You want to look and see if there actually is one?
Yeah, let me just bring the thing back up.
Okay.
Oh, it's supposed to present an attorney's badge. I was fucking right.
You were supposed to present it? Oh.
Apparently.
Wow. Alright then.
It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Has it been it's almost been an hour, hasn't it? Fuck me. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. What I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
I'm gonna steal all your fucking clothes. I'd better be going too.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn, and catching up to do. Here. Oh god. There's someone else something for you.
Scientific investigation?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will. And for you, Wright.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Oh, it's the same picture we saw. How nice. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Because this is the first game in a series that spans 7 fucking games. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a journey of my own. Larry, get out of here! A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go jerking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But...
I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright, here's the one who'll be footing the bill. Fuck you! Huh? Huh? What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 What?
Thank you, Mr. Wright, and you're the best.
Wait, no! Ah! Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Woo! What a fucking game! It dragged this DLC. Oh my god. Fighting Jant was like pulling teeth.
This was not DLC,
for a friend of mine
this
in
was
Europe
bonus
to take
content.
care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
Oh, she's gonna be an investigator again.
Nice. Oh man, what a fun game.
Takeshi Yamazaki.
And yeah, bonus content, very cool.
Hell yeah. Kazuya Nuri.
Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easy. What is your payment? How much do you...
I bet you they let him live at the office.
He definitely sleeps at the office.
That, or he's bunking with Edgeworth.
Probably. Probably now, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Don't.
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy! Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard! My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show him though! Someday I'm gonna be a detective! Yes, sir! Then I can be just like Dick Gumshoe! He's not the inspiration you want to know.
I mean, he's got a good heart, so it's somewhat of a good inspiration, but don't be like Dick. I'm sorry, but I've been kicked.
Fuck. I don't think it'll pause it if I go and do it real quick, so should I just continue? It's showing the police. Oh, it's the dancing blue badger. No! No! No!
I don't have to deal with that. Thank God.
What cruel universe does this? Why? Oh, the blue badger fell over. Thank God. He's dead. He's dead now. Rip Grandma! You're dead now! I've got to stop doing that. It's so bad.
It's terrible, but goddamn.
Oh, it's Marshall. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh, the cactus! Right.
Hold up, is the guard she's seeing Meekins?
No, I think the guard she's seeing is the guard that's standing in front of the door.
Oh.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The Right Way Lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer's as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
What? Thanks, Angel Star. Localization, Ben Judd. Nice work, dude. And Brandon
nice
Gay and Kaori Funakoshi. Oh, it's the judge. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Oh, you motherfucker. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh, no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go! Oh my god.
This chases after Wright. I need that back!
Translation, Bound Global Solutions. J. Patrick Riley, Yuli Kim, Steve Anderson.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yoko Muto, Alexander O. Smith, Philip Solini. Oh, it's Maya! Ah! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection! Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin! Coming! Well, see you around, Nick! Yeah, these are like farewell videos someone's collaged together for us or something. Special thanks to all these people, whose names I would butcher. But they look cool. So, you got any thoughts on this game? Oh, another person. Oh, it's Edgeworth.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Oh, he's not here. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's this guy. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. Eh? What's going on? It's a piece of paper. I think it's a signature of resignation. Letter of resignation?
Yeah, letter of resignation.
Who's next? Oh, it's Emma.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Just summons a portal. Oh, I can
just
look
opens a book and it's list of convicted felons.
I can investigate the book. Oh, there's a letter inside. Oh, it's a picture of them! Younger them! Oh, that's cute. It's of them, it's of Lana just starting out and when Emma was still in school where they give you the little hats. Or no, she's wearing Lana's hat. That's what it is. Very cute. Made by Capcom. Trophy! Rise from the ashes, baby! We did it, Em. We finally beat the first game.
Hell yeah. Another 100 episodes for the second game.
Oh, God. It'll be fun, but it is gonna be a long one. Anyway, this episode has run hella long. I'm pretty sure it's like an hour at this point. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.